Wow, 12 months of GameGlass. Actually, a little bit more, but happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday!
To celebrate, we wanted to look back at the journey of GameGlass so far and give you a roadmap for what comes next. Before we begin though, let's talk about release dates because we're kind of bad at them and we need to own that. We're building GameGlass to deliver some really ambitious plans and we have a huge vision for what we want to achieve. This means that we need to make sure we're building it the right way, and that takes some time. We need to be careful with the architecture that we're building under the hood, and we need to make sure that the features come online the right way. We hope though that when you see what we've been working on and what's coming next, you'll agree that it's well worth it. We totally get though that some people want more information on the features and the shards that are coming, but instead of making vague release date guesses from now on, what we're going to do is maintain a public development roadmap, and you'll see a link to that in the description below. We'd love to get your feedback on that too. Tell us what shards we should be working on or what features GameGlass should have. Our community's feedback has been a huge part in our journey so far.
About a year and a half ago, I decided to start working on a project that would turn my unused tablet into something useful. An immersive interface panel that connected to my computer to execute commands in Star Citizen. I was new to the game and I couldn't remember the keybinds. I found an open source project I could use as the backbone, which was actually developed by Mike, who shortly after started working on GameGlass with us. And I put my graphic design knowledge to the test. This was the first edition. Yuck! After many iterations and back and forth with the community, my designs evolved and I ended up posting a preview of the project on Reddit. Still awful, but you guys liked it. Thankfully, it has evolved since then into something prettier, more user-friendly, and contains much more functionality. At this point, Andy found me on Discord, and we started talking about something really amazing. A platform for tons of immersive experiences just like this, for all the games that you love. We had to start somewhere. We didn't want to half-ass it either, we needed enough cash to whole-ass it. And this was around the time the Noobifier got in touch and said he wanted to make a video about GameGlass. Andy was slacking off on summer vacation with his family while I was stuck under 20 feet of snow, and we only had 3 days to get the campaign together, including a lengthy feature video, but we just decided to go for it. We somehow managed to get everything in place and we just crossed our fingers. Noobifier released his no BS video about us, then Board Gamer reached out to do an interview. And that early exposure made a huge difference, and by the end of the campaign, we had over 2,000 backers and over $120,000, far exceeding our goal of only $5,000. We got right to work building the base product, and that's the foundation of what GameGlass is today.
So, 1 year. I still remember thinking I needed a new project, something fun, involving gaming, just for the chills. So I got in contact with Greg through the Star Citizen Reddit, and before I know it, we finished a successful crowdfunding and we're launching to a few thousand people. The launch itself was on July 24, 2019 and was a major step for us. All in all, it went pretty smoothly. Some small fires, but they were put out pretty fast.
We've been busy since then. As Star Citizen has changed patch to patch, so also have our shards, in order to make each new thing a part of the GameGlass experience. Additionally, we released theme customization, which is but the first of several planned enhancements to the base shards. Our PC host software was updated to version 2.0, which brought with it enhanced visuals, as well as a greatly improved setup and user experience. Beyond these things, the biggest addition to the GameGlass platform overall has been Elite Dangerous support. In early 2020, we released 4 shards built from the ground up to integrate not just the extensive control set you'd expect, but also the game's official and community APIs in order to deliver a data-enhanced experience for both new and veteran commanders.
So here we are, 1 year old plus a little bit. We've made some things, we've launched some things, and over 40,000 people liked the things enough that they've joined the GameGlass family, which is incredible. Our community and our users are the only reason we can do what it is that we're doing, so thank you. But what comes next? Well, before we chat about that, we wanted to talk a little bit about what GameGlass is. What GameGlass is in its bones, why GameGlass exists. GameGlass is designed around that incredible feeling you get when you're completely immersed in a game and time just seems to disappear. The commands that you perform, the actions in the game, the world of the game around you, it all just blends seamlessly into this amazing experience. We want everyone to be able to have that experience of playing a game, for any game they love, for all the games they love. And we think GameGlass can be a big part of having that experience. Some of the things we're going to talk about now are new shards, technologies and features coming to GameGlass. They all matter a great deal, but at their heart, it's all about that feeling. We want to make it easier for more people to have that feeling of immersion when they play a game, any game that they love playing, and we're working really hard to make that happen.
When we sat down to plan a roadmap after Elite Dangerous, we knew some huge changes were needed. We got the shards out as fast as we could, but we knew there would be some downsides to getting things done quickly, and a refactor was inevitable. Our goal is for GameGlass to be your sidekick when you play any game. We needed to create a better way to switch games and shards. At the same time, we wanted to create more space for shards in a way that let us better take advantage of more devices. And on top of that, we wanted to refresh the visual language of all of our Star Citizen shards, bringing them more in line with the design of the future UI in the game. Here's the result. What you're seeing is a complete overhaul of the flight system shard, taking into account learnings of the past year. The new navigation bar makes it easier to switch shards and gives the shards themselves more vertical real estate. One highly requested feature has been to stop locking devices into specific orientations, and we plan on making that change as well. This new navigation system will scale as we add more games, more shards, and more features to GameGlass. The combat shard takes into account all of the targeting changes in Star Citizen 3.10, and we'll be adding the much requested countermeasure controls in the shard as well. You may even notice a turret tab. Alfredo will have more on that later. As for social, with this overhaul, we're hoping to include better categorization and accessibility to the emote shard. This will make it easier than ever to wave hello to your friends or give your enemies the finger. The visual redesign is cleaner and more functional, while still being immersive and feeling like we're taking an MFD right out of a Gladius and dropping it onto your desk, with a hint of GG flair.
A huge theme for us has been letting you tailor GameGlass to how you play. It started with custom themes, but it goes far deeper, and it truly is the biggest motivator in our roadmap. Custom keybinds will let you bind any GameGlass button to any keyboard or mouse command, or combination of commands. You'll be able to use GameGlass with your keybind setup. Combining the power and user experience we wanted, with support for all the international keyboard formats, Xerdi and Quartz, I'm looking at you, has proven more challenging than we expected. Rather than adding this to our current host software, we're going to deliver it as part of our major new version, Host 3.0. Mike has more details on this later on. Our next step on the customization journey is letting you edit the labels on buttons. Soon you'll be able to completely customize sections of shards and fragments, making them suit whatever gameplay you need.
Let's be real. All you want to know about is new shards. Am I right? Good news and bad news. Good news is we have a bunch coming soon. We're adding support for turrets in Star Citizen, and our Discover shard is still on its way. Oh, remember that ship databank shard that we saw way back then? Still not done. We're reimagining these shards with more features that make it more useful in-game. And there is another unannounced Star Citizen shard that we aren't ready to talk about yet. Elite Dangerous Commanders, we still love you. Shards for SRF and SRV are in the design phase, and we hope to have a preview soon. Oh, and Hyperspace Now is not dead. We're rebuilding it to make it faster on more devices before we release it. Get ready for leaderboards, competitions too.
New shards are shiny. The new UI is super shiny. But do you know what's even more shiny? WebRTC. The host desktop application is being redesigned from the ground up to be the beating heart of GameGlass, bringing both more power and flexibility. Many changes will be invisible to you, and some may not seem very exciting, but they will all enable advanced, new features, such as completely customizable shards, the ability to easily find new shards, and sharing screenshots with your friends or your enemies. We're also cutting startup time and login time to a fraction of what it is now, and it'll be more secure than ever before. These are foundational changes to how GameGlass works under the hood. The new host has been in development for a few months. It takes time to get it right, but a lot of the new features we're building depend on these changes, so we have to get it right. And we can't wait to get the new host into your hands.
GameGlass is a journey. From its first steps, we designed it to sustain an ambitious vision. We have learned a lot in the last year, and we haven't always hit the release dates we'd hoped. Staring pointedly at you, custom Keybinds! But our entire team is focused on making the best gaming sidekick we can make, giving you amazing, immersive experiences. What we've talked about today is still just the first chapter. Our development roadmap is now public. We want to hear your suggestions too. What shards do you want? What features would be cool? Let us know. You can find us on Discord, Reddit, or Twitter. Links below.
To finish up, let's talk about where we started, with you. We say it all the time, and it's never not true, but we're only here because of the support that you've given us from our early Indiegogo days, and before then even on Discord and on Reddit, through to our incredible users that we have right now that give us so much amazing feedback, so much encouragement about what it is that we're building. We couldn't do it without you, so thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. It really does make a massive difference. Finally, there's one more thing. We've been working really hard on something behind the scenes, and we're incredibly excited to finally be able to talk about the fact that so thank you from the entire GameGlass team. We hope you like what it is that we're making, we hope it makes your games more enjoyable, and we hope you'll stick around for the journey to come.